If you don't mind, please join me in welcoming Cooke and Amanda Batula. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having us.
I wanted to start off congratulating you on all the success of Loverboy and Amanda Batula Swim. Talk to us about kind of the launch of these two companies. I know they're so closely tied to you as individuals. So talk to us a little bit about that journey from, reality TV to now brand owners.
Yeah, I think we both went about it in such different ways also. I mean, for me, my swim line started out as a pep talk with my two best friends on the show, where they were like, we see you doing more, and it just was an idea that I had. And being able to connect with our audience and stuff, and everyone was like, this is brilliant. You must do this. You have to create this swim line. And, I was able to, because of that, create this swim line and get feedback and everything from the audience and from the fans, and launch while the show was airing, and, have this incredible group of people backing me up and cheering me on and supporting me and being a part of this journey with me. And then Kyle's experience is very different than mine. Not in a bad way, just how it happened.
Yeah, so way back in the day, I had the opportunity to help, bring together the original cast for Summer House. So this was 2015. This is before influencer marketing. This was just good old fashioned. All right, this is a platform. There might be some potential for some product placement, some incidental exposure. At the time, I was working on a nutrition app, so I thought, hey, the best rated network on television among women. What a better fit. People want to look good, feel good. But what our fans were asking nonstop was what we were drinking on our show. And so I kind of pivoted. By season 3, I essentially launched the first kind of better for you hard tea. So most alcohol products don't have nutrition facts or the ingredients listed on the label. And most of what we were drinking on the show, same thing. So I actually felt guilty, sharing what we were drinking, because there's basically more sugar than alcohol in a lot of the drinks that we consume. You wouldn't know because there's no transparency. So we made transparency, front and forward with the Loverboy brand, and we launched it basically in the public eye. And at that point in time, social and the opportunity to connect digitally was becoming obviously much more prevalent. But yeah, it was very serendipitous just how it all kind of came about. And I got to credit the Bravo audience for being incredibly loyal, but also vocal and engaged. I mean, there's no better audience on television.
Well, and you mentioned to me that you don't spend much money on traditional marketing. You're really focused on digital first, engaging directly with your viewers. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, leveraging the platform and just, again, the audience and launching something that connects with people and that was authentic to us is what allowed us to kind of put it out there and see some success. But I mean, we've grossed over $50 million having not spent $1 on marketing. So it's, I mean, when you think about what brands, particularly in alcohol, with the biggest line budget in most, big publicly traded conglomerates is advertising. And so, to kind of think about things differently and launch brands digitally first, or, in collaboration, or, with someone that has a platform, it's kind of a game changer. So it's been a wild ride.
Yeah, and for me, again, it's people were there at the start of, the concept for my brand. So they've been a part of this journey the whole time and rooting for me and pushing me to do it and, sharing ideas and feedback with me. So I didn't have to spend anything on marketing. Everyone was highly anticipating this and waiting for it. And it just, once it launched, it sold out. And that's what you hope for.
And you just had your second drop?
Second and third, yes. So a lot at once. But yeah, that, sold through for the most part really quickly. We had to up our orders because everything sold out so fast the first time.
Talk to me a little bit about drop culture, because I feel like that is something that we're seeing a lot. I know you all do that with your swim line and also with special editions of Loverboy. So talk to us about why you're embracing drop culture, and with your merch too, right? It's a big.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the first foray. I mean, you were she spearhead like all of our Loverboy merch drops. I think scarcity is a powerful tool to use. I mean, you can kind of fake it too. But I mean, do you want to comment on it?
I mean, yeah, I think like a big part of it too is not wanting to sit on too much inventory. And for me, we wanted to, this is my first swim line. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm, trying to figure this out. I'm trying to create something that's a little bit different than your traditional swimsuits. My focus was on, adjustability. I always had a hard time finding swimsuits that fit me properly. So I didn't want to put all my eggs in one basket and, do inventory that, lasted forever. I wanted to create something that I can then gather feedback and input on and perfect my swim lines. But yeah, that drop culture, I love it and I hate it at the same time. I think that, you don't want to create this like scarcity where it's like, I need this, I must have it. It's obviously great for sales, but it's a lot of like, I don't want to stress people out over it.
But it also...
I was just going to say, you can kind of build up a reputation or like a culture where, people know that, hey, there's going to be limited quantities. It creates more incentive and drive and engagement when you do drop something. And I don't care if you're a big company or a small company. I mean, one of the brands that I think was doing it best first was Supreme. Brand like I don't really personally identify with, but I walk through New York City and there's literally lines around the block every week.
Yeah.
And then you learn that that's just how they run their brand.
And it leads to more user-generated content,
Yes.
right? Which I think is a big piece of it. So talk to us a little bit about kind of this this culture that you see online and embracing the user-generated content and being very social first.
Well, yeah, I think it adds to that like authenticity and transparency. I mean, for me with the swim line, the best thing was when people were ordering it. And it's like proof of concept. It's like, okay, I'm not just hyping this up to create buzz. Like people are actually ordering this. People are actually wearing it. I'm able to show, my audience what the swimsuits look like on different body types because people are excited when it comes in the mail and they want to do like a try-on haul or, show how it fits and talk about it. And I've also received great like feedback on how I could perfect the suits and stuff too. That's been incredible.
Yeah, I think UGC, I don't quote me on this. The last time I saw the stat was years ago, but it stuck with me. I mean, I think it has the highest conversion rate of any form of marketing and advertising when it's done right. And I think that even at Loverboy, when we would do like a professional photo shoot for something versus and put it on our Instagram or in our email distribution versus something we shot a little more. Like a self-shot video or something, you practically see more likes and engagement and conversion on the UGC-like video. So now you see a lot of brands kind of faking it and making it look UGC.
Or doing these big pop-ups to generate more.
Yes. Well, activations, experiential marketing. I mean, you see brands heavily investing in, the IRL opportunities because that converts better.
Are you all going to play more there, you think? IRL?
I mean... It gets expensive for a small brand, but maybe we can find some partners. But yeah, I mean, anytime take BravoCon for example. Like we've had Loverboy at every single BravoCon, and we always have one of the best booths. We sell more of the Loverboy drinks than like virtually anything else available, and it's again allowing people to take something they've seen online or on TV offline, and it's all of a sudden tangible in this experiential environment.
I want to stay on that topic of just like the fact that you have a TV show that you're allowed to leverage for the brand. What do you say to people that say you over leverage it?
Like the critics?
Yeah, the critics, the haters.
Well, yeah. Every now and then my producers are like, Kyle, can you not wear like Loverboy merch in every scene today?
He's like, those are the only T-shirts that I have.
I know. I'm like, but this is... Actually, there was a very funny moment when we first launched. This is a non-alc, by the way. Someone smuggled in from the last panel we were on. So, you can't control where the lid goes on a can. Believe it or not, it's just total random. And so I'm in scene, and I say in scene, we don't really say that, but like I'm filming, and producers are like, wait, is Kyle trying to perfectly line up the can with the camera? And I'm like, no, I'm trying to find the hole. That sounds weird, but
No.
my point is, I'm just trying to find the opening, and the producers were like right away, like early on, they're like, oh my God, is Kyle like literally trying to capitalize on this exposure? So I think
Yes.
you have to find the fine line. You don't want to. Yeah, the answer is yes, but you don't want it to come across as a commercial because again, if it feels more natural, it's going to actually have a bigger impact.
Unfortunately, we're getting close on time. I want to touch on one quick thing that you said to me when we spoke earlier, which is that every company needs to be a content company.
Yes, and I can't take credit for that. That'd be Gary Vee back in like 2009.
Well,
Yeah.
you recited it.
But no, I mean, when I went to business school, you'd hear like cash is king, which, okay, it still is. But content is queen, let's just say. And I feel like the power of content and, you know, whether it's UGC or you're working with creators or you're thinking about incidental exposure and you're trying to amplify that through other partnerships, I just feel like I don't care what you're selling, what your service is, content is paramount. And even now you have all these, you know, whether they're influencer or creator or celeb-led brands, you find the pressure now for someone who is a founder that's a behind-the-scenes type founder to come out and start creating content because every company needs to be pushing out
Even
content.
to the point where like some brands, their social, you know, media person becomes sort of the face of their Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and you know, people are loving that.
Yep, you can't have a nameless, faceless
Yeah.
statement anymore. Okay, we always end on one fun thing. So as the one fun thing, Bravo is kind of like this incubator for people-led brands. So I want to do like a quick brainstorm of your current castmates. If they had to launch a product tomorrow, what would it be? Like, what would Jessie launch that would be a success?
An album. Well, I don't know. If
We have a cast member who's a singer. Wes could launch some bandanas because he's always
Yeah.
wearing bandanas on his head.
Yeah, and Paige launched her pajama
Great.
line
Great
because she was
success.
always in bed.
Yep.
That sold out. That was incredible.
And Carl's in the mid. So one of my friends, we launched the non-alc in collaboration with him because he's 4.5 years sober. He's launching a bar in New York City where they don't sell alcohol. They sell functional beverages, and it's kind of like an all-inclusive, welcoming environment for people that don't want to be around people drinking. So I mean, Paige just launched her pajama line. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I said that. Sierra was doing stick-on fake nails for a while, and she had an amazing collaboration with Quickies,
Yep.
which was fun. But like everything that happens organically, I think it has to be natural, it has to be authentic, and all of our castmates have had the most success with anything that has, you know, come to light from the show. Even Lindsay with sandwiches. Lindsay should open up her own sandwich shop.
But I actually think that, like, when you look at celebs that have tens of millions of followers, but they might be an actor or, you know, an artist, you know, you don't necessarily know them personally, like you know reality television stars. But I think that's what allows us to convert and relate much better. So, like, we can put up numbers that rival, you know, celeb-led brands with, you know, a ridiculously sized platform. But it's because it's a difference in community. It's a difference in, you know, how people connect. And so I count my blessings for being on such a cool platform.
And we'll see you next season?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say tonight, because I am DJing tonight and tomorrow. I'm now DJing, so.
Yes,
All right.
that too.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Thanks for having us, everyone.
All right, and real quickly, I will welcome Bea from MasterCard to lead us into lunch.